Hey there everybody, welcome back to the FTB server that I play on with my friends. I'm Azuzu, and today we're working on that warehouse. We're going to be upgrading the steam boilers. This side I have a fully upgraded to what it will be in the future, and over here is what the legacy stuff is. So these Navajo classes will become Mark IVs, which will be liquid fireboxes. So I've already gone through, made all the junk. You can see I've got junk everywhere. This is for the steam. I've also extended them up by one so they have higher capacity, just for shits and giggles. And then this side will be for fuel. And the fuel production will be over here. This is where the refineries will go, and I'll have bees back here, or it'll just get pumped in from the exterior and then put in here. So you can see here, this is the old system with buckets and lava. This is the new system with all that wonderful fuel. I've also switched up the liquiducts right here so that trying to think how I can articulate this. Liquiducts can build up pressure rather than the golden waterproof pipes like over there. So when the steam turbine becomes full of steam, pressure will build in here, and I think 2 will be enough to make it 100% as far as capacity. I also got rid of the junk in the back over here, and I need to clean that up still. Let me get my CF foam. Is it in here? I don't know where anything's at anymore. Oh, it was a tool, I think. There she is. Ugh, there's good junk everywhere. I don't care about this netherrack. I got enough netherrack. So if you haven't seen what CF foam is basically just concrete. I think it's concrete foam. That's what CF stands for. Where'd my backpack go? There we go. And if you have a scaffolding like this, you can right-click on it and it'll just replace the scaffolding. And I have so much I'm not even going to bother picking it up. And if you want to speed up the process... Do I have any sand on me? No. If you want to speed up the process, you just right-click on it with sand. It's good to go. And, yeah. The fuel, when it gets out of these refineries, will go down into here, which gets injected into the bottom centermost, and I still have the 4 aqueous accumulators down here. And then this is pretty much going to be the setup. I won't ever have to come back down here again, so it's all good. There you go. It's going to look pretty freaking nice in here. And it looks a little bit cleaner, I think. Actually, it's much cleaner. One other thing to note is if you can't get steam out of your liquiducts, using liquiducts, just whack it with a wrench and it's good to go. And it requires a redstone signal to pump out. But yeah, I'm going to start outfitting the other side with stuff, and when I do that, I will be back with this and possibly my bees as well, because I spent a little bit more time and now have 5 purebred bees, I think? We'll find out. Anyways, we'll be back soon. Here we go. I ended up finishing off this side over here, so now it's all clean and cleaning out all of the barrels, and I forgot to replace that. So yeah, this place is looking pretty snazzy now. I like it a lot. And also, one thing I decided to work on while doing all of this is, while I was at it, I may as well, work on the oil refinery. So this is what I have over here. The oil refinery section. Looks kind of strange over here, but bear with me. So anyways, I have an item tesseract up here where stuff comes from the, this is warehouse left fuel combs. So this is where the sticky, oily combs comes from, which comes from the mead hall. And then over here it injects into a hopper in case there's any overflow or power issues. It gets dumped into a centrifuge, which produces byproducts and then oily propolis. It goes down to this oh goodness, down the guts. Gets pumped into the diamond pipe, oily propolis goes into the yellow, which is here, which gets plugged into the squeezer. Squeezer does this, gets injected into these refineries, and then gets pumped directly into this beautiful Zycraft tank. And you see right here I have 149 buckets of fuel. This side has 125. So yeah, not too bad. This has been running for about 24 hours, so I've gotten that much fuel so far. It's not bad. Oh, and of course, down here at the bottom, everything gets sent back to the warehouse, where there's an item tesseract here for comb byproducts. That's pretty much all there is to it with this setup. Looks nice. Then I have this one over here, which was set up with I decided to test to see how well fuel worked, and it's pretty freaking amazing. I used a stack of fuel cells, and it ended up getting the temperature all the way up to like 200 or something like that, which was more than enough to put steam in these pipes. So yeah, everything's looking pretty damn good over here. I'm gonna wait for this to be at least half full before I kick on the power, and then we'll see. Oh goodness, we'll see how things run. And then back in here, so we're gonna go back over to the thingamabob, the meat hall, and I'll show off what's going on over there. Also, I decided to go back to some vanilla stuff, so I made a meat hall building. So we have the meat hall upstairs, but we built that back deck over here, which goes downstairs into the basement. Kind of unnecessary, but I like it. Oh, I made apiaries close, that's right. Whee! So yeah, kind of ridiculous in here. Got that up here. Over here is a tank for honey. This side is a tank for seed oil, and down here is liquid DNA, which will be for bee breeding. And I configured all this stuff, cleaned it up, made it look nice. But yeah, one important thing to note is that outside I did a lot more work, and it's raining. Wonderful. As you can see, the trees changed. We have kapok, which are these ones, and then these guys are teak, and we ended up finally getting that ebony myrtle, or myrtle ebony trees. So this is one of the target trees we were looking for, and so was my beautiful hill cherry, which I'll probably use the wand of the exchanger, whatever that hell that thing is, to change this with regular birch logs, but cherry trees! Yay! That's what I've been wanting for a while. And then over here is my little janky farm, and this is the oily bee line. I have 12 purebred distilled queens. So yeah, this is pretty damn nice. And these little red lines right here are these red lights from, what is it called? Red power? It's to indicate that they are missing frames. So if we right click underneath these facades is a iron and gate that's autarkic? Whatever the word that is. If there's items in the inventory, pulses, and then it gets, and then if there's frames, there's redstone signal on, which turns on these guys. And if we dig down, we have a line that goes all the way down here. This is the apiaries pipe. I believe I showed that off earlier. And then down here, at this end, I have 6. There's some popcorn. We have 6 feeding left and right. This one goes to right, and the other one goes to left underneath these cobblestone pieces. So yeah, everything's shaping up pretty nicely, I have to say. Oh, let's try. No, I need an industrious. So this line right here is bad. That was the last one I was breeding to. But yeah, I got to replace some frames. Actually, I can show that off too. I'll show that the light turns off too. Let's see. I want to. I'm just gonna put these over in here. Boom, boom, boom. You get put into the centrifuge, and then frames. So let's go ahead and take. I'm gonna need all of these frames, aren't I? Proven frames. I have some extra combs in there so I can make some more apiarist chests. So as you can see, redstone signals on because there's no frames in here. 1, 2, 3. Turns off. So this is a quick and easy heads-up display type deal where I can just do one glance at this line and I'll know that there's no frames in each of the apiaries. And the reason why I haven't upgraded to alvearies yet is because I don't have any bees to give me royal jelly and dripping combs and pollen and stuff like that. I need bees to do that before I can fully upgrade to the grand stuff. But soon. All I know is that I've spent way too long making bees. I think it took me an hour per bee, I almost want to say, of just pure breeding. But once you get up to actually having a distilled bee and you have the hybrids and stuff like that, it makes it a little bit easier to get random chance it up. But yeah, not bad. So yeah, I'm going to continue working on the warehouse, and I will be back when I have the next level of what I want to do accomplished. So, see you soon! Alrighty, I just finished moving a whole bunch of junk around. We got a lot of work to do. Well, I got a lot of work to do. Essentially, the pods are going to be shared pods now, which will look kind of like this, where it's basically all the types of resources in one singular pod. So in this case, we have all the metals that we know of right now. Here's all the precious metals, which I haven't broken up yet. We're going to go with the ingots rather than the bars because it's kind of a pain in the ass for some of these earlier ones, these four right here, which is tin, copper, gold, and iron, where you have to remacerate it, resmelt it, and then you can use the ingots. So going to switch it over with this. Probably going to update all the piping to be red power piping. And yeah, just general organizing so we have tons and tons of room. This side over here is basically going to be minerals and possibly magic stuff, if I recall correctly. And this is going to be organics and, not food, organics and fuel, I think. I haven't decided. And of course all the liquids. So that's going to be that, and then up here is basically a blank slate where I just need to figure everything out. It's going to take a lot of work. And then up here is more blank slate for the sorting and where all the other stuff's going to go. So yeah, it's going to take a long time, possibly a week or two for me to figure out all the logistics and get it all set up and make sure the pods have everything that's accounted for. Down here is all upgraded, everything's good, getting quite a bit of fuel now, which is always nice to see. But yeah, we're doing good. I showed off the bees last time, and yeah. So I guess I'll be back when I have a rough idea of what the hell's going on, or at least get where everything needs to go down here, and then I can figure out the piping upstairs. So, be right back. I have been hard at work doing all kinds of crazy stuff in here, and I finally got it set up to be nice. So, this is the new manufacturing floor. I was able to condense all of the ores down into this little area right here. Just ignore this junk and this little dingle-dang right here, because this is ores that need to be processed and ores that need to be recondensed into the correct type. So what's going on here is upstairs from the sorting, which has changed as well. I'll go up there and show off that. But essentially it breaks down to just this, which is for all ores right now, and it's handling it all pretty well, I think. Yeah, all ores go in here, certain ones go into different areas for smelting and stuff like that, and it all gets injected into one shared pod. And as you can see, some get put over here into this pod over here, because some is quicksilver. I think this is the only thing that's coming over here. And then this side over here is for precious metals, for cooking them down, which is basically just, well, precious metals and the WTF pod, which I'll go downstairs and show as well. But yeah, it's all working pretty darn nice, I have to say. Show this side off here. I'll actually show why these are all kind of messed up and weird looking too. But yeah, this is the sorting. It's much cleaner, and since Buildcraft pipes add they do a decent amount of hit to the TPS, it actually looks cleaner, and this reduces the impact on that. Still got our overflow chest, which is being filled up slowly but surely, but we'll be keeping a close eye on that over the next few days. Right now, the sorting system only supports UU matter and ores out of the ground, but so far it's good. I'll explain what that is in a second. So down here, we'll go to the pods area, and I'll show off what happened. So essentially before, we were using all the pods back here, nearly all of them here, and all the ones in the front. Now, it's just condensed to this one here for shared metals. All the metals that get created through here are on this little thing. Here's precious resources. Cobblestone's a placeholder until we get more. Here's Zycraft, the Thaumcraft, UU, because everyone needs UU. And upstairs, oh yeah, we got rid of that so that the golems don't fall down. So upstairs is shared junk resources that no one likes, the WTF file, or pod, and this is coal redstone. And these little boys are pretty neat. So if we have any overflow problems, which we were having in the beginning, we kind of threw out the idea of having wooden golems pick it up and put them into tesseracts, because tesseracts have internal inventories. But what happens is that all of these get put into tesseracts, which gets injected into an overflow tank. So we'll give him torches. There, he put it in the Tesseract now. And if we go upstairs, we'll be able to see... Let's go all the way up here. We'll be able to see this light is now on, saying there's items in the overflow chest, which is not a good thing because it means there's something wrong with one of the sorting systems. So we look in here and say, oh, torches. Torches are in here. But say it was like an ore. We know where the ore chest is, so we go down and take a look. But what happens is when this becomes full, let's see if I can fill this up really quickly. One messy inventory later, and it's good to go. So what happens is when there's items in the inventory, that's fine. Lights on, not a good thing, but we still have time. But as soon as the entire inventory is full, an alarm goes off, which you can hear outside as well. So yeah, that's a thing. That way we have an early detection system kind of for when stuff starts breaking. So yeah, it all works pretty darn well. I'm very happy with it. Oops, there we go. God, there we go. So yeah, not bad. And of course this place is all cleaned up, and as we start moving further on, this will get fleshed out more and more. But yeah, I have to say everything's looking pretty damn good in here. Just need to get more gasoline set up and it'll be good to go. But anyways, it's getting to be about time to wrap up, so I will go ahead and call this video good to go. And in the meantime, I guess everyone take care, and I'll see you later. Bye. Awkward sign-off was awkward.